Hello! In this video I'll be going over all of the Trials special weapons. All of these can be obtained from the end of game rewards during a Trials match. They do not have adept versions of them available from the Lighthouse, so if you want one, you need to win some games. Let's start off with the sniper rifle, the Winged Word. It's in the 1000-yard stare archetype and has pretty balanced stat spread comparing to the other weapons in its class. In case you were wondering, it has a base aim assist of 59 and can go up to 64 if you use smooth ballistics. However, I prefer using linear compensator or accurized ballistics since that raises the impact by 1 and allows you to kill some of the mobile supers. You lose some aim assist, but it's such a minimal amount that you really won't care. As a general rule, as long as you have about 50-ish aim assist, you'll be good. Feel free to go for a weapon that has more, but it won't make you a better sniper overnight. As far as other perks go, I went with Injection Mold, Hand-Loaded, and Unflinching. Injection Mold ups stability as well as the handling speed. It hurts the range to do that though, so I use Hand-Loaded to kind of counteract that. Unflinching doesn't do a whole lot as far as I can tell, and I'm mostly taking it out of habit from year 1. Life Support is the better perk in my opinion since that has a very powerful effect. Now onto how it actually performs. There's really nothing bad to say about this gun. The sights are absolutely gorgeous and will highlight enemies for you. It really helps in those situations where there might be a lot going on the screen and sometimes can help you gain an advantage in a sniper battle. If anything, the sniper serves as a fairly easy to obtain weapon that can serve you well until you get a more personalized sniper from other sources. If I didn't already have a perfectly rolled 1000-yard, I'd be completely okay with using the Winged Word. The utility and beauty of that scope cannot be properly stated. The only other readily available sniper from a vendor that could compete with this would probably be the Event Horizon from the Crucible vendor. While that one has a lower magazine size, it is in the slowest rate of fire archetype and can do some serious body damage. So my advice for a fledgling sniper would be to go pick up the Crucible sniper and then work your way to getting the Winged Word. If you happen to get a better sniper during that time period, then use it. Alright, let's move over to the fusion rifle, the Stellar Vestage. I should be clear here, I haven't been using fusion rifles enough to be called knowledgeable on them, at least compared to how I use sniper rifles. They just don't work well with my mobile playstyle that much, so I don't often use them in my normal play. Fortunately, I have a few people in my stream that are self-proclaimed fusion rifle nerds, so here's the loadout that they suggested going with. Smooth ballistics for the slight bit of range and stability, perfect balance for more stability, accelerated coils to speed up the charge time, and rangefinder for an incredibly minor range boost. Normally with fusions you don't want to spec for accelerated coil since that decreases the damage of each bolt. With Stellar Vestige, your number of bolts in a burst to kill won't actually change when you go for accelerated coils, so it's just a straight upgrade for the most part. The muzzles are all kind of a crapshoot honestly, nothing will make the bolt spread good, so smooth is what we settled on for the stats. This is the weapon that surprised me the most of the 3 Trials weapons. It's been a solid year since I really spent much time with fusion rifles, so I was a bit rusty at the start. Once I got the hang of it though, it was a surprisingly powerful weapon. I went on numerous 10+ kill streaks and even dropped a 30+ kill game. I haven't done that in a very long time. Maybe the matchmaking was just throwing me a bone since I was using a fusion rifle, but I was against some pretty damn good opponents. The rifle works extremely well in the close to medium ranges. However, once someone is out of the normal range, it's an absolute crapshoot if you will hit them. I completely cross-mapped someone, and then a minute later, I missed a really simple kill. This wasn't really my fault either. The recoil and spread of the bolts is just a little bit unpredictable. The one thing I can say for certain is that this isn't a top-tier fusion rifle. Saladin's Vigil completely dominates this gun. I lost 90% of my battles with every person who was using that fusion rifle. This is mostly due to Saladin's Vigil doing 50 damage per bolt, so it will be able to kill in 4 bolts compared to Stellar Vestige's 5. That one bolt can make all the difference. That's probably the best way to sum up this particular gun. It isn't top tier for fusions, but it can get in some serious work when you use it in its proper ranges. If I was given the choice of this gun over a god-rolled Saladin's Vigil, I would take the Vigil without hesitation. The final weapon is the shotgun, the Unraveling Thread. This is probably the easiest weapon to review out of the 3 guns. Just looking at the stats, it can't reach the max shotgun range or max impact, so using this is an absolute disadvantage in a shotgun duel. I would mostly trade with other shotgun users, but in the rare case where I went up against someone with max range and impact matador, I would just die before I could even dream of bringing my weapon up. The rate of fire is slightly faster than the slower variety of shotguns, but not actually enough to win with double tapping. The reason shotguns are so efficient with ammo and why you can run around the whole game with them for extended periods is that they are really the only gun that doesn't have a time to kill. It has a distance to kill. Once you get that dialed in, you're typically going to take a shot when you know it will kill someone, or leave them weak enough to get meleeed. The Unraveling Thread just doesn't compare to the better shotguns out there in that regard. I highly suggest you just pick up the Vendor Last Ditch from the Dead Orbit. I feel like that one will do a little bit better for you and won't have to grind Trials games in hopes for it. I feel like I have to judge this one harshly since shotguns are so particular on their stats. If you can't reach a max range or impact, then you probably shouldn't bother with it. Alright, that about rounds up the video. If you want me to rank these, I'd say the Sniper and Fusion are on the same level. They're great if you don't have a specific weapon that's a better role. They exist as a good, reliable weapon for players until they get something better. The shotgun, despite it being rolled well for all range, it just doesn't compete with the current weapon list. Use it as infusion fuel for some of your other secondary weapons, and I would really love to do a video in the future on a Trials sidearm. Bungie, I hope you're listening, and I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you next time.